What's the deal? What's the deal? You already know who it is. Asharenu. We back in this bitch. Once again, for the madness. It's pretty cold in this motherfucker. Hold on. Let me turn this heat on. It may be too loud though, right? Yeah, let me just deal with the cold. You know, let me turn that on. Let me turn this down a little bit. All right, we back in here. So in this segment, I want to talk about what is game. What's up, 305 Capricorn? You already know how we do. But I want to make a clear definition of what game is so that moving forward, we can understand what it is, how to acquire it, and how to recognize it in other people. So what it is, how to acquire it, and how to recognize when a person possesses it. So that will be the three questions that are outlined here. And we will be dealing with this. You just set this up properly. Again, normally I don't do videos, while in the fucking car. But it's just cold. And it's 3 in the morning, 6 a.m. East Coast time. So no excuses. This motherfuckers already getting up, starting their day. Fuck that, it's 3 a.m. on the West Coast and everybody else is asleep. We working because we don't take breaks, no days off. That entrepreneurial mindset of every day has to be worth it. Not just financially, not just mentally, but also physically. Physically, exercising and working your body. Mentally stimulating yourself. And spiritually, ascending in your awareness of self. Being holistic in what you already are. Just embodying what you already are. Now, let's not waste any more time here. This is pretty much like a definition video. So it's not going to really take forever to describe this. So let's get into it. So what is game? Well, if we break down the numerology, we can break down the mathematics of it. Why fucking not, right? We got all the time in the world. Because time is an illusion, right? So we got time. So let's take it to the numerology. If you break down game, G is the 7th letter, A is the 1st letter, M is the 13th letter, E is the 5th letter. When you add all those together, you're going to end up with the number 8. As we already know, favorite number 8, right? The energy of Saturn. And Saturn is all about what? Practicality. So what is game? So just by the numerology of breaking down what the planetary influence behind the game is, we see that the planetary influence is Saturn. So when we're talking about game, the planetary influence is Saturn. So it's Saturn that gives game its essence. Game is uncommon knowledge. Let me say that one more time. Game, to have game, to be gamed up, is to possess uncommon knowledge. So having game isn't necessarily someone who is knowledgeable about, let's just say, computers or something, like a very knowledgeable person. It's not just being knowledgeable, but knowledgeable in the uncommon realm, the metaphysical realm, the quantum realm. You have uncommon knowledge. You know what everybody around you does not know. That's game, because that's what gives you an advantage. Because you know what everybody around you does not know. Whether you got that information just from real life, or you got the information from a book and you found it in real life. All game must be rooted in real life. Again, the emphasis on the number 8 or the energy of Saturn. So if you truly have game, it should be able to be seen in real time. That uncommon knowledge that you possess should be able to be seen and observed in real time. What's up, Violet? What's up, Prima? Prima or Prima feels like he's drowning. I'm not sure why you will feel that way. But let's continue. Game is uncommon knowledge, resonates with the planetary energy of Saturn. So let's take it through the supreme mathematics. We know that G is God, A is a law, M is master, E is equality. So we got God, a law, master, equality. We can kind of see where that's going, right? God, a law, mastering equality. And what is equality? Equality is being able to set or to lay down the law or to set down the law. That's what equality represents. The scales, to be able to lay down the law in your cipher, which will be your home, your job, whatever it is, right? You are the one who has the ability to lay down the law, even if your cipher is just yourself. So the cipher could be yourself. You lay down the law in your life, in your lifestyle, and how you choose to go about living. So God, a law, master, equality. What's the difference between God and a law? God, you can say, is an individual. A law is a collective. So we can say, like, I'm God, God. You can say that represents the individual. But a law represents the collective. So you can say collectively, when the gods collectively merge together, and we are all already connected through quantum entanglement. But the merging of all the gods represents a law. So you can say a law is like consciousness, universal consciousness. So a law represents universal consciousness. God represents the individual consciousness. So you got the individual consciousness, and you got the collective consciousness. Remember, game is uncommon knowledge, which you can learn from a individual perspective or a collective perspective, right? I'm getting these words tongue twice. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Trying to stay focused. Let's restart. God, individual knowledge. A law, collective knowledge. Master. What makes a master? We know that M is the 13th letter. We know that 1 and that 3 is 1 is knowledge, 3 is understanding, which brings you to the number 4, which is culture. So let's put this all together. So what is a master? This is why you can use supreme mathematics to define what words are without having to go to a dictionary. So what is a master? A master has knowledge and understanding of their culture. That's what a master is. So a master isn't just knowledgeable. A master also has understanding of what their culture, which is a number 4. That's what a master is, someone who possesses knowledge and understanding of their culture. And the only way for you to achieve understanding is actually going through it. You applying that knowledge and being able to reflect on what you applied. And you take that collective information that through trial and error, you gather all of the information that is useful, that works. And that's how you develop the understanding, which is the best part. So understanding is the best part. So the difference between knowledge and understanding is the best part. Knowledge is just pretty much all the information that you have gathered. Wisdom, which is a number 2, is the process of discernment. So you got all this information. So let's just say you read a book. That's a bunch of information. The wisdom is you picking out the elements of the book that resonate with you. So you read the whole book. Let's just say through the whole book, you read the whole book, and let's just say only one chapter resonated with you. Let's just say chapter 6. Let's just say it's 10 chapters in the book, but only chapter 6 resonated with you, and you can actually utilize that in real time. But you had to first read the whole book to get to that level where all this other shit is bullshit. But that chapter 6 is where the game is. That's that uncommon knowledge, right? The knowledge is the book itself. The uncommon knowledge is the knowledge within the book, that secret information that most people overlook, right? So a master has knowledge and understanding. The knowledge is the information. The understanding is the best part of that information. So a master has information, but not only does a master have that information, they have the best part of that information. And by them having the best part of that information, this is what they build their culture off of. This is the base or the foundation of their culture, the best part. That's what a master is. A master knows how to find the best part of something and to solidify it in stone. And again, equality is the ability to lay down the law in your life. You living by your own rules and regulations. Not to say that you just out here being a savage and doing whatever the fuck you want to do, but you know how to govern yourself. Equality is self-governance. You can govern yourself. You don't need a police officer to tell you you shouldn't be doing that. You don't need a judge to tell you that that was wrong. You already know how to govern yourself, so you don't get caught up with these individuals in the first place. And if you do, you know how to go to war in the court. So let's take it one more time. You have God, Allah, master, equality. Again, a master has information, takes the best parts of that information, and builds a culture. Equality is being able to govern yourself. God is the individual consciousness. Allah is the collective consciousness. You can say Allah is that quantum entanglement. We're all connected quantumly. But the God is pretty much your individual consciousness. You may not be aware of the collective consciousness, but even though you know that we are all connected, but you are more so aware of your individual experience. But you know that we all have a part to play in that individual experience as well. So when we piece it all together, you got the individual experience, and you combine your individual experience with the collective experience, in other words, reality. So you take your individual experience and you test it up against reality, which is the collective consciousness. This is reality. When you go out into the world and you have to interact and you have to negotiate and you have to deal with people, places, and things, which is the collective consciousness. So your individual consciousness, you have cultivated your individual consciousness with uncommon information. And you take that uncommon information to the collective experience, or to the world, as we call it, the world, society, whatever you want to call that, right? You take that individual experience, that individual information, and apply it to the collective experience. And that's how you achieve mastery of self-governance. Because you have taken this uncommon knowledge and applied it to the real world in real time over and over and over again through a process of trial and tribulation, which helps you to achieve mastery of having the information, taking the best part of the information, and building the foundation off of the best part. And having that best part and building the foundation with the best part of that information allows you to govern yourself, which is equality. G.A.M.E. God, Allah, master, equality, which breaks down to the number 8. Right? Where's the dictionary? There's no dictionaries around. This is all mental. That is the point. Mental dynamics. This is game, because everything that I just said is uncommon knowledge. There would be nobody who breaks down game in the way I just broke it down. They may say, okay, game is uncommon knowledge. They may say that part, but to actually go through the mathematics and the alphabets and make it all make sense, combine astrology with numerology, with the divination, it's not too many people that can do that. This is a knowledge that allows you to not have to waste time, you can say, because you are learning on your own. Your individual experience applied to the collective experience. And it's just merging. It's a purification process. It's like water being filtered. So the water is the information. That water needs to be filtered so that you take the best parts of that water, right? So that information, which is a bunch of good information with bad information. That's just information. You got some good parts and some bad parts. You go through the purification process, to get rid of those bad parts so that you're only left with the pure. And that pure that you left with, you can actually drink the water, right? And it's not going to harm you. Versus you just get water out of a lake or a river, you drink that shit, it'll harm you because it needs to go through a purification process in order for it to be drinkable. That is what allows you to govern yourself because you understand the process. That I can't just drink water that I swoop up out the mud or through the lake or a river. It needs to be purified. So the water is just the information. All the books that we read, all the people that we may listen to, all the audio books is just information. It got some good parts and it got some bad parts. You as an individual need to make the proper discernment between what is useful and what is not useful. And when you make that proper discernment with what's useful and what's not useful, that's what allows you to achieve mastery. A master, again, just knows how to separate the good from the bad, and they build their culture off of the things that actually apply. And this is what I meant, but I just made a video talking about we have so many people out here trying to build something completely new, not realizing that the ancestors has already left everything for us. Everything is already here for us to study. We don't have to create nothing new. It's already been done. That's why people spend their whole life trying to do something new, and it never gets done. Or in other words, a person dedicate their whole life to try to build pyramids again because they want to be like the ancient Egyptians and never be able to achieve that. Their whole life they were never able to achieve that feat. They were not able to build. Do you know how many people who have been alive on this earth who tried to mimic those pyramids and tried to build pyramids and they were unsuccessful? Why? Because we are not supposed to try to outdo the ancestors. This is how people think, the arrogance of today's times. We're trying to outdo the ancestors and we fall short every time. When we should instead be picking up the tools that were left for us to do other things that have not been done before. Not try to do that better. Try to build a better pyramid. You can't build a better pyramid. But what you can do other things that were better. And that actually makes life meaningful instead of trying to build pyramids and you were unsuccessful. So what do you spend your whole life doing? Being unsuccessful. Why? Because you didn't want to take the tools that were already laid for you. The ancestors left the pyramids there for you to observe it, not for you to figure out how do I do this? I want to go build pyramids. No, it's for you to observe it and to study the mathematics and to give you an understanding of what your potential is mentally. Why? Because the pyramid was not built with hands as they have you believing, because their mind cannot go beyond that. People actually had technology that can levitate stone. They had that technology, advanced technology, that Atlantis shit. Real life in real time. So I would say it would be better for you to try to recreate that technology to levitate, mass stones, like Nikola Tesla, right? It would be better to invent something to levitate stone than try to build a pyramid. But, there was going to always be people who's arrogant. Like, I know better than the people before me. And they always end up looking foolish because they didn't accomplish anything that the ancestors did. They never even came. Nobody has come close to building a pyramid. You know how many people that wanted to do something better than that? You think a little iPhone, an iPhone 10 is more advanced than a pyramid? People think so. People think that they're walking around with the most advanced form of technology in their pocket, not realizing that the most advanced form of technology is your body. Not the fucking iPhone. Not even the pyramid. The body is still more complex than the pyramids. Common sense, right? But people just don't know this, right? People are so fixated on the pyramid. How do I do this? But the body is even more advanced. How does the body work? And we still haven't figured that out. Why does the body heal itself? Naturally. You don't have to think about it. The body is always healing itself. The body can govern itself It is only through us putting the wrong shit into our bodies that makes it opposite of that. If you leave the body alone, fast. I have a whole playlist on fasting. You just leave the body alone, it starts to heal itself. A pyramid ain't doing that. Pyramids don't heal themselves. Your body can though. So what's the true technology? So we see people try to keep your mind on nonsense so that you neglect who and what you are. You are the secret that the ancestors, that's why they went through the bullshit that they went through, so that you can be in a time where you can cultivate your mind. Not for you to do better than them, but for you to truly focus on the real technology, which is the human body, and perfect that. Fuck a pyramid, perfect the human body, which is more advanced. We don't see pyramids astral traveling. You have the ability to astral travel. I have the ability to astral travel. I have the ability to dream and to gain new insights and information. Pyramids are not doing all that. We can do that though. This is my point. You pick up the tools that the ancestors left to perfect yourself, not for you to try to outdo them. But again, this is just the arrogance of today's times. But they always fall short. So everybody who's putting all this money and all this into technology, good luck. Because they don't know who the fuck they are. The most advanced scientists can't tell you about spirituality. The most advanced spiritualists can't tell you anything about science. We see where the problem lies. They need to be merged together. It's one science, right? One science. So, as long as people continue to be in confusion, we will not evolve. You just have a bunch of people wasting their lives trying to do better, trying to outdo the past, and it's not possible. You're not going to outdo that. You're not going to build a better pyramid. Guaranteed. But you can be a better you. You can put your body in a state of homeostasis and get into a trance state and transcend the whole physical plane. Pyramids are not doing that. You can do that though. I can do that. We all can transcend the physical. But this is why there's such an emphasis on Egypt, Samaria, the pyramids. Everybody's always focused on how did they do it, what was the purpose, what purpose would they serve, yada yada. But nobody's talking about you. How do you fit into that scenario? Are you related to the people that built the pyramids? And if so, are they telling you to build more pyramids? No, because we will see more pyramids popping up, but we don't. They're telling you to master yourself, to govern yourself, to have G.A.M.E, your individual God consciousness, match it with the collective consciousness, purify yourself through mastery, and govern yourself. Be a person that is self-governing. The police don't need to put you in handcuffs because you know how to govern yourself. A judge doesn't have to put you in jail because you know how to govern yourself. That's the difference. Instead of wasting time trying to build better pyramids or to do anything better, try to get a better iPhone. Or what's the next iPhone? Everybody's thinking about the next iPhone, not thinking about what's the next evolution in the human psychology. Nobody's thinking about that. But we ready to spend a whole band on the new iPhone. When you want it, motherfuckers don't even spend a whole band on their self. That's the difference. Motherfuckers are willing to spend $1,000 on a phone, but they don't invest $1,000 into their own health. That's the difference. Do you know what you can do with $1,000? You can have complete mastery over yourself with a band. Why? All you gotta do is fast. Stop eating for a week. For 7 days, fast. Don't drink nothing but water and tea. See how much of that money you want to spend. I guarantee I challenge anybody. Put $1,000 on your table and fast and see how fast you spend that money. You're probably not going to want to spend that money. Why? Because all of your desires dissolve when you fast. You're going to be looking at that money like, damn, I'm not hungry. I don't really care about impressing people. You're fasting. All the shit that you give a fuck about, you just stop giving a fuck about. So that money is going to stay right there on the table. You're not going to find a reason to go out and do shit with the money. Why? Because you're just kind of weak. You're like, I don't feel like going through all this shit. Because fasting purifies the body from your desires. All the things that you feel you need and is not necessary, the body tells you that this is unnecessary. You don't need it. So by the time the fast is over and you look at that money, you're like, you know what? Let me go invest this money. Let me go buy some stocks or something. Let me put this same $1,000 that I was going to buy a phone. Nothing wrong with having an iPhone. So this is not a bash to the iPhone. It's just as an example. Have whatever fucking phone you want to have. But understand that the secret, the game is within you. The game is within you, not that iPhone. The iPhone can only take you so far, but you are limitless. That's the difference. That $1,000 can only take you so far. But we are limitless. That's why we don't need money. That's why I speak about urine therapy. And everybody's still grossed out by it. Because they don't understand how the body works. You don't understand when urine comes out of your body, it is purified. You're not drinking dirty liquid when you drink your urine, but because scientists and doctors and all that have you thinking otherwise, they're lying and deceiving you to not utilize your own medicine that requires you to spend no money. So why would they tell you the truth? They would rather you buy their products. They would rather you get hooked on their pharmaceutical drugs. They would rather you put your money in their pocket. Right? Exactly. Especially on urine looping, where every time you urinate, you're absorbing it, so it goes in a complete cycle. So you're utilizing your urine internally and externally to clear up your skin and all that. The urine is clearing up your skin. And it's cleaning up your internal body as well. So externally and internally is being cleansed. Nothing else in this world does that but urine. Not water, but urine. The very thing that everybody is disgusted by. The very thing they're like, oh, I would never do that. Why? Because your diet is fucked up. If you have a fucked up diet, yeah, you're not going to want to drink your own urine because now you have to deal with everything that you're putting in your body. Now you have to deal with it. So that's what urine therapy does. When you taste all the fucked up shit that you put in your body, then, okay, we good. I guess it was reconnecting. Distilled water does not come close at all. And let me tell you why. This is what's happening in the body. See, when you study these things, you can root this shit in practicality. So I can tell you what's actually going on and what the difference is. Distilled water will cleanse you. That is a fact. It will cleanse you. But what the urine does that the distilled water is not doing, it is dissolving the mucus inside of your body. Because urine is equivalent to drinking fire water. So not only are you drinking water, but you're drinking fire water, which dissolves the mucus in your body, which is not being done with this distilled water. That's the difference. But again, because so many people are disgusted, they're not taking time to study. So they don't know this stuff. So they will settle for distilled water because they feel like, oh, it's close enough. Let me just drink distilled water. It's close enough. Yeah, sure. Because you don't have to deal with the shit that you put in your body. Because you have to deal with it when you drink your own urine. You have to deal with yourself. You have to deal with the reality that you live. So if you want your urine to stay clear, where it doesn't smell or have a taste to it, you have to have a clean diet. That's why you clean up your diet. Not because you need to eat more plants or we just need to be more healthy, we need to be vegan. It ain't about none of that. Why? Because most of these people who have healthy diets probably don't drink their own urine. So they're still not given they're still not experiencing the full healing abilities of the body. Right? Again, I'm not sure why people are given alternatives. This is what I'm talking about. Now we're talking about lemon. Well, what if you put the lemon in there? You don't need anything else. Stop trying to dilute it. Just sip on the pure. Fuck the distilled water and the lemon. Just sip on the pure. But again, as I say, you have to deal with yourself. So all that fucked up shit that you're eating, you're like, I would never drink my urine. Why? Because you eat disgustingly. But if you eat clean and you eat pure, drinking your urine is not a factor at all when you correct your diet. That's why you correct your diet, not because you're a fucking vegan or because of the healing. No, it's so that you can perfect your urine so that you can drink your urine. That's why you clean up your diet. That's just the first step. And that's why most people never pass over that barrier where they can eat completely healthy. But I don't see a lot of vegans outliving meat eaters. Let's just deal in reality here. Where are the 100-year-old vegans? I don't see vegans outliving meat eaters. Why? Because that is a propaganda that all you need to do is clean up your diet and that's it. That's the first step. That is literally the introduction. But you got people saying that it's the goal. The goal is to clean up your diet. No, that is the introduction. You start cleaning up your diet so that you can ingest your urine, which is the purest aspect of yourself. And I know because I do it. Right? Let me see. Now somebody's talking about the music. Like, what does this hardcore hip hop have to do with this video? Well, I'm speaking about G.A.M.E, which is uncommon knowledge. Hip hop is uncommon knowledge. So, you know, if you can't see the connection, then you can't see it. It's not meant for you to see it. Maybe it's just for you to listen to the message. Don't worry about the music. Let me see. So yeah, that's what it is. Be pure. Clean your diet up so that you can drink your urine. Don't clean it up and just feel like you have achieved something, because you have not. You achieve something when you start urine looping and you see the results for yourself. Fuck what I say. Do it for yourself and you see the results, because that's exactly what I did. I was like everybody else, urine therapy, what the fuck? But with courage and bravery, because my diet was already clean at this time. You know, I stopped eating meat, you know, like 10 years ago. So when I found out about urine therapy, my diet had already been clean. I wasn't eating meat. So when I got into it, I didn't have like everybody else's experience who may have still been eating meat or whose diets were not clean. So I was able to see the results instantly because I had already been through that introduction step. So when the urine therapy came along, I was able to instantly get into it because I didn't have to go through the process of cleaning up my diet because I had already did that. Why? Because I was thinking like everybody else, so you need a clean diet and that's it. When that is just an introduction. So once again, this is speaking from a person that has personally done this. I have personally experienced the results, and that's why I'm conveying it to you. So everything that I'm speaking about is based off personal experience. Now, of course, there's books about urine therapy for anybody who needs the background information or the scientific information. There's books written about this science all over Amazon, all over YouTube audio books. So the information is there. But again, fuck the information. You got to actually go through it. You got to actually taste your own urine and taste everything that you put into your body. And if you don't like it, you need to change it so it doesn't disturb you. And when it doesn't disturb you, now you know that you're on the proper path. Right? So there we are. There we are. Let me see. What would be, so what, oh, excuse me. So would that also be the introduction to occultism? Absolutely. Why? Because my greatest astral projection or astral travel happened when I was drinking my own urine. I was days into it, 3-4 days into it. Had a magnificent experience that I haven't even been close to that experience other than drinking my own urine. So cleaning up my diet was enough. So if you truly want to understand occultism, it has to come from inside of you. This is what I mean. You can read all the books you want to read about it, but until you heal your body, you're not going to get results. You can read all day, all night, but it's not till you clean up your diet and you start looping your urine, or as they say, urine fasting strictly on urine. And again, if this just seems out of the box to you, you still got a ways to go. But don't be discouraged. Just put in that work. So and experience it for yourself. So yes, anything metaphysical, anything occult starts with you cleaning up your diet and urine looping so that you can purify your body so your body can be in its pure state. Then all of the information, you can receive it properly. But if you're trying to do all this with a dirty system, it's not going to, be beneficial to you the way it should be. You have to clean yourself up first and foremost before you do anything. Clean yourself up. Before I ever received any knowledge, I was required to fast for 3 days. I had to fast 3 days before I even started to receive knowledge from my enlightener, back when I was rolling with the 5%. I had to fast 3 days before you get any lessons. You got to fast. You have to clean yourself. Why? Because I can try to give you the lessons now, but it's not going to stick because you're polluted. Clean yourself up so that the information sticks. And that's why to this day, I may not be claiming 5%, but I can still utilize the supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet to break down anything in life. And still utilize the tool that I had to earn. Not that I read in the book. I had to learn how to utilize these tools, and here I am sharing it with the audience so that you see it in real time. And you see that I'm able to speak about things that nobody else speaks about from the perspective that nobody else speaks about because I have went through the process. So this is a person who has went through the process. So everything that I'm telling you, I have already done. So I know from personal experience, and only you will know for personal experience. After you have done the research, do your research, then clean yourself up. And everything that you're doing in terms of the occult, magic, science will be enhanced when you clean yourself up. Of course, nobody wants to hear this shit, right? Everybody just wants to jump in and get instant success. But this is only for those who are dedicated for life. This is something that you dedicate yourself for the rest of your life. If you choose, if it's really that serious to you. It's that serious to me. It may not be that serious to anybody else, but it's that serious to me. So I'm willing to activate my courage and my bravery to do the things that, as you have all observed on this channel, everything that I've done requires courage. To go across this country requires courage. But if anybody, well, how do you do it? How do you do it? You have to be pure. You can do miraculous things when you are in your purest state. But you got to purify. You got to clean yourself up. All right? So that's the message of the morning. Clean yourself up. Go to the next level. Drink your own urine. And if you don't like how it tastes, you have to continue to clean yourself up so you don't mind the taste and do it. You can just do it for a week and you're going to get results. No doctor is going to give you results in a week. No pills is going to do that for you. This system is not designed to heal you, but the body heals itself if you help it and you assist it. This system is designed to kill you. The body is designed to heal you. So which direction you want to go in? You want to shorten your life or lengthen your life? And not just shorten or lengthen your life, but your whole experience on a day-to-day basis. You want to have a more deep experience with life on a day-to-day basis. You have to purify yourself, because that opens up your sixth sense, your psychic centers, clairvoyance, clairaudience, so on and so forth. Urine therapy activates these things automatically. So everybody's trying to get into these deep meditations. All you gotta do is clean yourself up, purify yourself. We naturally are clairvoyant, clairaudient. We can see auras and all that. All these things are natural. They're natural, but you must clean yourself up and purify yourself. And with that being said, I got low battery now. So, I just been putting out these videos nonstop. So we're going to keep it going. I got to go charge my phone now. Y'all take it easy. Stay pure. Stay light. Govern yourself. Game. What is game? God, Allah, master, reality. Not reality, equality. God, Allah, master, equality. The individual experience combined with the collective experience, going through that process of purification so that you can govern yourself. That is what game is. That is how you utilize it. And it is what it is, right? All right. And whoever this J Moon is, J Moon was trying to, throw my energy off, but I'm not even reading the comments. But you see, there's always going to be a person that, whenever I speak that real shit, somebody's going to be like, oh, you're cussing too much. The music completely negating everything that I'm saying. They're looking for an escape. Oh, your music, your profanity. But I'm still speaking real shit. Fuck the music. Fuck the profanity. Do something about it. So if my profanity is stopping you from healing yourself, then you know that you have a problem. If the music is stopping you from hearing the truth, then you know you have a problem. So fuck anybody who doesn't want to heal themselves. If you want to be destined for